It began with what seemed like a typical evening. Chad Payne, beloved husband and father, and his wife, Erin Bates, were spending quiet time together at their bustling family home in Tennessee. It was a rare moment of calm for the hard-working father, whose construction business and busy family life often left little room for rest. They were sharing a quiet word after putting the children to bed, reflecting on the day's blessings. Chad was telling a story about one of the kids' funny antics. Erin was smiling, her heart full. For a moment, everything felt wonderfully, blessedly normal, but in a flash, it all changed. Mid-sentence, Chad suddenly clutched his side in intense pain, his face draining of color. At first, Erin thought he had just overdone it at work that day, but then she saw the look in his eyes and realized something was very, very wrong. In a matter of seconds, Chad collapsed. Erin cried out his name. She ran to his side, praying aloud, her voice trembling as she called emergency services. The woman the public knows as gentle, poised, and musical was now a wife in absolute panic, desperately begging her husband to open his eyes. Chad Payne was rushed to a nearby hospital under emergency conditions. The Payne family, known for sharing their lives but valuing their privacy in crisis, went completely silent. Concern flooded their online community, but inside the hospital, only a few knew what was truly going on, and the truth was more devastating than anyone could have imagined. After exhaustive tests and long consultations with specialists, Chad was diagnosed with an extremely rare and aggressive internal infection, a condition doctors labeled unstable and critical. For a man who had spent his life building a home and a family, this news shattered those who loved him most. Incredibly, Chad had reportedly been ignoring signs for months. He'd brush off the persistent fatigue, the aches, the unusual exhaustion. Just the cost of hard work, he'd say. Just tired from providing for a big family, he'd reason. But it wasn't a joke, not this time. Erin, always guided by her deep faith, initially tried to shield their followers from the pain their family was enduring. But as the days passed and the situation worsened, she could no longer keep silent. She posted an update that would leave their entire community stunned and in tears. "Chad is not just my husband," she wrote, her words conveying a deep brokenness. "He is the godly leader of our home, the heart of our family, and the best man I've ever known. Watching him suffer, watching him fight, has been unbearable. There are moments when I sit beside him and I can't believe this is real. I keep praying the Lord will wake me from this nightmare." The world had never seen Erin Payne like this. She was vulnerable, unfiltered, broken, yet fiercely strong in her faith. Within hours, #PrayForChadPayne began to spread. Fans who had watched their love story unfold on television, who followed their family life online, now rallied together in prayer. The outpouring was immense. Tributes poured in. Kelly Jo, Gil, and all of Erin's siblings shared deeply personal messages of faith and support. And perhaps most heartbreaking, Erin shared a photo of their oldest son Carson's hand holding his dad's. "Not ready for a world without your prayers over us, Daddy. Keep fighting. I love you," the caption read. Doctors, meanwhile, were trying everything. Chad was moved to a specialist care unit where he is now receiving an aggressive treatment aimed at fighting the infection's rapid progression. It's a race against time. The prognosis is uncertain, but one thing is sure: he's not alone. Erin hasn't left his side except to check on their children. She sleeps in a reclining chair in his hospital room, softly singing hymns from their childhood, gently rubbing his hand as she reads scripture over him. One nurse, who chose to remain anonymous, said, "She's the definition of grace. We see hundreds of cases every year, but the faith she has, the love she has for him, it lights up the darkest corners of that ward." Chad and Erin's love story isn't one of fleeting romance. They've been together for over a decade, quietly, steadily, faithfully. Erin, a gifted pianist, met Chad through their shared community of faith. Their success was not immediate, but their connection was. She saw the man of God before the world did. He saw the gentle spirit behind her beautiful music. Through courtship, marriage, the births of their children, and now health battles, they have stayed side by side. But now, for the first time, their bond is being tested in a way they never imagined. In a private message shared with family, Erin wrote, "I wish I could take the pain for him. I wish I could carry this burden so he could just rest. But all I can do is be here every moment, praying for God's mercy." It's hard to imagine the Payne family without Chad's steady presence, his quiet strength, his skill, the way he gently leads his family in prayer. But right now, all that matters is one thing: his recovery. And as for Erin, she's not just Chad's wife, she's his lifeline. As their community waits for more news, people have continued to honor Chad in their own way. Churches have started prayer chains, meal trains have been organized for the children. One fan even organized a digital card drive, flooding the family's P.O. box with letters of encouragement and scripture. For years, Chad and Erin have been a quiet example of faith in their community, and that's what makes this current chapter so difficult for their followers. It's as though someone we know, someone we've looked up to, is suddenly in pain, and all we can do is watch, wait, and pray. In a now bittersweet Q&A video from a few years ago, Chad once said, "All of this is nice, but the only thing that matters to me is my family and my walk with the Lord. If everything ended tomorrow, as long as Erin and the kids were okay, I'd still be the richest man in the world." Those words now echo with eerie clarity, because for Chad, it has never been about public recognition. His proudest role has never been on television. It's husband and dad. Erin Payne has always existed with a gentle grace. While her musical talents placed her on stages and in front of cameras, she eventually chose the quieter role, one of support, grounding her family in faith and love. But now, with the eyes of their community watching, it's her strength taking center stage. A family friend, speaking anonymously, said, "Erin has barely slept. She reads him letters and scripture fans have sent. She plays recordings of their children praying for him. She whispers, 'God's got this, my love.' Every time they bring in the consultants, she's doing what no one sees, keeping him tethered to hope. It's not just romantic, it's a testament to her faith." Meanwhile, Carson, the Payne's oldest son, has shown a maturity beyond his years. The two have shared a special bond, working on projects together and sharing a love for building things. We've seen them act like best buddies, but behind the laughs has always been deep affection. Carson, though young, now finds himself quietly stepping into the role of the big brother. He's helping his mom with the younger siblings, shielding her from extra stress, and sitting in silent vigil when Erin needs rest. In a short video shared by a family member, just a simple shot of the family praying, Carson's voice could be heard, clear and steady, asking God to heal his daddy. Across the country, their followers have responded with extraordinary empathy. One church in their denomination held a special service of prayer. Families have posted videos of their own children praying for Mr. Chad. In a digital world often dominated by outrage and division, this shared outpouring has reminded us of our capacity for compassion and shared faith. Few know this, but on their wedding day, Erin said these words to Chad, "You are the melody God wrote for my heart, the reason I believe in his perfect plan. If there's a heaven, I know I'll find you there." And now, as Erin holds Chad's hand through tubes and hospital machinery, those words feel like a promise she's keeping. Through sickness, through uncertainty, through a steadfast love in God. In the Bates family, Chad's absence has left an enormous void. Gil and Kelly Jo, along with the entire clan of siblings, have rallied around Erin and the children. They are taking turns with childcare, cooking, and simply being present. One senior family member said, "There is no family without all its members. Chad is one of ours. We're holding his place until he's ready to come home." The Bates siblings released a joint statement. "Chad is our brother, our friend, a rock. We stand by him and Erin in prayer now, as they have always stood by us." Though the initial prognosis was grim, sources close to the family suggest there have been small signs of improvement, answered prayers, a stabilization of vital signs, a night without new complications, a flicker in Chad's eyes when